Today I want to dive into a topic that can be extremely powerful. It can change your life and the world around you. And that's be the change that you want to see. I'm sure you've heard it before, but have you ever truly meant, or have you ever truly thought deeply about what it means? Because it's easy to see, it's easy to say, but to truly believe it and live it, that's a whole other story. And today I'm going to explain exactly what it means to be the change, and why coming from a place of love rather than a place of hate is one of the more powerful things that you can do. And I want to offer my perspective on how love empowers you and hate drains you, and how this mindset shift can truly change your life. Welcome back to another episode of Sweat Talk. My name is Chad, and part of becoming the change, it requires a love-hate mindset shift, or a love versus hate mindset shift. If we start with a foundation of truth, coming from a stance of hate versus coming from a stance of love, it takes more energy. And when you are running on hate, you're running on an energy that's not meant to last. Hate will eat away at you. Hate will keep you from feeling renewed or grounded. And on the flip side, love is like a renewable energy. And it doesn't just maintain itself, it also grows. Love fills you with the kind of energy that sustains you through challenges. And it'll give you the strength to keep pushing you forward. Think about it this way: hate is like a fire that just feeds on itself. And that fire will burn until there's absolutely nothing left to burn. And it's only going to leave emptiness and ashes in its path. Love, however, but on the other side, love, it'll fill you up. It refills your energy source for you. Love can give you more energy than you had before. Love it'll create a constant source of power, because it's filled with empathy and positivity. All of the things that help you endure and grow. Because hate divides us and love unites us. We can, however, harness fuel from an external source of hate. And there's an important distinction between using somebody else's hate as fuel versus your own internal hate. Because when other people project their hate and their negativity, you can take that power from them. And that's an external source that you can use constructively. Instead of absorbing that hate and letting it drag you down, you can harness that hate and negativity for power in achieving your goals. Now, I did a video on this. I will put a in-screen card if you care to watch it. The way that I see it is taking that energy that they ignorantly or willingly give you and flip it for your own benefit. But our own internal hate, that's completely different. It's different because that's the hate that drains you. There's no external source for it to come from. There's no place else for it to refuel you. So imagine your energy reserves are like a gas tank in a car. And when you tap into that resource, you can only carry so much fuel in that car. It's not an unlimited reserve. And eventually you are going to run out if you don't refuel it. And if you don't refuel it, you will eventually burn out. Now think of other people's hate and negativity as a gas station. You're able to use their energy as an unlimited source of fuel. When your car gets low on gas, you have to put more fuel in it. And there's an endless supply of hate and negativity in all of our lives. And we're able to turn that into something positive, something that we can use to keep driving ourselves forward. And we're able to do it without draining our own reserves. So find a way to be able to use that negativity as an endless resource, but let go of that internal hate, because it's only holding you back. We have to learn how to turn that hate from hate. We have to teach ourselves how to shift our mindset from hate to love. You know, I didn't start creating this content because I had a love for the world. I actually started it because I was angry. I was frustrated by a world that seems to constantly be hurting, constantly suffering without any real progress. I see division and anger and confusion all around me, and it's driven me to act. But something that I've learned is if hate is all you have, eventually you will burn out. You can only sustain that for so long until it drains you dry. So I made a conscious choice to shift. I decided that love for my fellow man would be my fuel. I want people to feel empowered and compassionate. A world where people can find love for themselves. A world where compassion isn't just some nice idea, but instead a guiding principle. I mean, there's pitfalls in blaming other people. It's extremely easy for us to just sit back and complain or talk about the change that we want to see. It's easy to just sit back and say, you know what, these politicians, it's their fault. This is what they need to change, or it's my boss's fault. This is what he needs to change. It's easy to blame your management or criticize the system, or all around just feel like the world is broken because you're blaming other people. And while some of these thoughts may be valid, but sitting there and stewing about it and not ever doing anything is doing nothing but taking your power. Every time we point our finger at somebody else, we're losing the ability to actually create effective change. So here's a challenge. Instead of blaming, why not becoming? Why not become that change? Instead of saying that your boss needs to do something different, why not strive to become the boss and affect that change that you want to see? Or that politician that you keep blaming for all of your woes in life. Why don't you go become a politician and lead with integrity? Be that one honest politician that exists. Instead of blaming corrupt cops, why don't you go become a cop? So ultimately, just stop blaming others and start becoming what it is that you want to see, and start making those changes yourself. I mean, this is another place where we can find amazing power. It takes shifting from being a victim to becoming a creator. It takes getting rid of that victim mindset, and that in itself will be wildly transformative. Because when you're in that victim mindset, it feels like things are happening to you. But when you're able to embrace and change to that creator mindset, you'll begin to feel like everything's happening for you. Because you begin to actively take responsibility for yourself and your life, and it'll allow you to be able to shape your life. Imagine the freedom in this. You can create change, and the power is in your hands. No more waiting, no more hoping for somebody else to fix whatever it is that you want fixed. You step up and you start directing your life in the direction, in the way that you want your life to go. People don't do it because this path is hard. It takes courage, it takes resilience, and it takes tenacity. Because it's far easier to sit there and criticize and pitch the poop with your buddies than it is to take action. But the only real change is going to happen when you finally decide to act. And you have to turn those struggles into strength. I say it all the time, one of the most powerful things to do is to change the way that you view challenges and see them as opportunities instead. Look at those challenges as growth instead of roadblocks. And look at every single setback or every failure as a lesson instead. Because when you're on a path to create change, you're inevitably going to face challenges. You're going to face resistance, because you're going to come across people who doubt you. They're going to put obstacles in your way. Sometimes just random obstacles may arise, and it may even seem like it's hopeless. You're going to have coworkers when you become the boss, or when you talk to them about becoming the boss, they're going to call you a sellout. They're going to say that you've changed. They're going to say that they might even call you the enemy. And at first, these things they're not easy to do. But if you do these things with a good heart, you'll be able to show all of the naysayers and all of the people who doubted you what true leadership is, because you've affected the change that you wanted to see. Because every challenge is nothing more than an opportunity to grow, to become more resilient, and become even more determined than you were before. And this absolutely is a mindset shift, and it's a difficult one. Being able to look at setbacks as part of the journey instead of failure. And when you face those setbacks, instead of complaining and asking, why can't I catch a break, you begin to lean into them. You'll be able to ask yourself, what can I actually learn from this situation? In what ways can this situation or can this challenge actually make me better? in the end, this is going to give you an endless amount of strength. It is going to require you to let go of your ego, because being the change that you want to see, it requires you to change beyond your ego. Because when you're driven by ego, you're actually driven by validation and confirmation. You're always looking for that recognition. But leadership and lasting change, it doesn't come from some desire to prove something to somebody. It comes from humility and a genuine desire to make a difference and be the change that you want to see. And when you put your ego aside, you stop worrying about how things might make you look. And instead, you start looking at how you can serve others. It's a shift from me to we. And when you can do that, you're going to find energy that will just keep pushing you forward. Energy and determination, the tenacity to just keep going forward, no matter how difficult things might get. You'll be able to embrace a purpose that's bigger than you. This change isn't easy, and when you're doing it for yourself, it's easy to give up. But when your mission is committing to something that's bigger than yourself, when you're committed to something that will benefit others, you will be able to find that extra strength when you need it the most. And aligning yourself with a purpose, it does nothing but give you resilience. It'll give you focus, and it'll keep you grounded even when the road gets rough. You'll be able to become a role model living this way and embodying the change that you want to see. It also does something powerful for the people around you. You will become an example, and you will become a role model. Because when people see you taking responsibility and people see you choosing love and actively creating change, you're going to be able to inspire other people. And those actions, it'll create a ripple effect, inspiring other people. It will be showing other people what is actually possible. Because when you create change, you're not just changing your own life, you're also impacting the lives of those people who watch you. You need to take the first step. So my challenge for you is to be the change that you want to see. Step away from the blame and the hate and the anger. Instead, let love, compassion, and purpose drive you. I mean, imagine the impact that could have if we all just decided to step up and take responsibility and make that change. I mean, just imagine a world where people acted from love instead of resentment. But that world starts with each one of us. If we want to live in a world full of respect, we have to be the respect. If we want to see more kindness, we have to be more kind. And if you actually want to see love conquer hate, we need to choose love. We need to find that love in our own lives. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for showing up today. I am so grateful for all of you. Thank you for all those super thanks that you guys are giving me. Thank you for your guys' generosity. Thank you for showing up for me and my family and supporting this channel as much as you guys are. If you made it this far, do me a favor and go down in the comments section and write the word change. Just that one word, change. And let's be the change that we want to see. Let's do our part in changing what we want to see, what we want to be. And let's focus on the power that we have in that change. And that's all I got for today, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope each and every one of you has a wonderful day. Peace.